Welcome all. Let's continue with the remaining questions. 10th question. The given function is f of x equal to 2x cube minus 24x plus 107. Here we have two parts. In the first part, we have to solve the maximum value in the interval 1 to 3, and we also should solve for the same function in the interval minus 3 minus 1. So first we'll solve in this interval. So consider the derivative. 2x cube derivative is 2 into 3 x square minus 24. This is constant, so it will be 0. Again, for maximum, derivative must be equal to 0. Therefore 2 into 3 6 x square minus 24 equal to 0. So 6x square is equal to 24, x square is equal to 4, x equal to plus or minus 2. Now as we can see, we are getting two values. X equal to 2, this belongs to the interval 1 to 3, and x equal to minus 2 belongs to the interval that is minus 3 minus 1. So again here we need to solve only for the maximum value. There is no need to find the second derivative. It is a closed interval, so directly we can substitute the critical point and the end points of the interval. So we take f at 2, that is equal to 2 into 2 cube minus 24 into 2 plus 107. So that is equal to 2 cube 8 16, 16 minus 48 plus 107. This value simplified, we will be getting this 30 minus 32 minus 32 107. So I think it is 75. So f of 2 we get 75. Now take the endpoints. F at 1, that is 2 into 1 cube minus 24 into 1 plus 107, that is 2 minus 24 plus 107. So that is equal to minus 22. So this will be 85. Substitute other endpoint 3. So f at 3 is equal to 2 into 3 cube minus 24 into 3 plus 107. You get this 3 cube 27, 27 into 2 54 minus 72 plus 107, which is equal to 89. So here we can see the maximum value is 89 in the interval 1 to 3. So maximum value is 89 at x equal to 3 in the interval 1 to 3. Now we take the another interval. For the second part of the question, we can substitute another critical point, that is f of minus 2. Again we get 2 into minus 2 whole cube minus 24 into minus 2 plus 107. We can solve this and also solve for the other intervals minus 3, also solve for minus 1. If you solve these values, we will see that the maximum value is 139. Maximum value is 139 at x equal to minus 2. So we have two different intervals here. So we are solving the maximum value for both the intervals. The important thing for you to remember here is the closed interval. When we have a closed interval, we have to consider the end points of that interval also. Okay, next question is f of x equal to x power 4 minus 62x square plus ax plus 9. It is already given that the given function will be maximum at x equal to 1. If the given function is maximum at x equal to 1, then we need to find the value of a. The method is same. If it is given at x equal to 1, you get the maximum. That means 1 will become the critical point for the function. At point x equal to 1, you get the maximum value. That means 1 is the critical point for the given function. So if we take the derivative, we get 4x cube minus 62 into 2x plus a. So this is equal to 4x cube minus 124x plus a. Given f is maximum at x equal to 1. So what we do in the interval 0, 2, definitely this is not the end point. So what we do is take the derivative at 1 equal to 0. Normally what we write is, we write f dash of x equal to 0 and then we find the value of x. But in this problem it is already given at 1. At 1 it is maximum. So at 1 the derivative equal to 0. So we can substitute this one in the equation. So we get 4 1 cube minus 124 into 1 plus a equal to 0. So we get 4 minus 124 plus so we get the value of a to be equal to 120. This is a simple question, but yet it is important, especially for CET exam. If you consider CET exam, this type of question you can expect. Next 12th question. Find the maximum and the minimum value of f of x equal to x plus sin 2x in the interval 0 to 2 pi. So we have to find both the minimum value and the maximum value. So first take derivative 1 plus 1 plus cos 2x into 2. Again for maximum or for maximum or minimum, derivative equal to 0. So we get 1 plus 2 cos 2x is equal to 0. So cos 2x is equal to 2 cos 2x is equal to minus 1. So we get cos 2x equal to minus 1 by 2. Now as you can observe, cos is negative. Where do we get cos negative? Cos will be negative in the second quadrant and in the third quadrant. So we get 2x in second quadrant, and in third quadrant. So 2x will be equal to pi minus pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3 will come in second quadrant, and 1 by 2 value, cos 1 by 2 will, where do we get 1 by 2? Cos pi by 3 is equal to 1 by 2, and pi minus we are writing so that it becomes in second quadrant, which will be negative. So this becomes 2 pi by 3. And even in third quadrant also we get the value, because in third quadrant also it is negative. So we get pi plus pi by 3, which is equal to 4 pi by 3. So if x is equal to 2 pi by 3, 2x is 2 pi by 3, then x will be equal to pi by 3. Maybe we can also take some more values. We can even take, because we are finding for 2x, when you take for x, this will be reduced by half. So we can also take after one complete rotation. So we can also take 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3. And 2x equal to, again here we can take, this is 2 pi minus, 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3, and again 2 pi plus 4 pi by 3. So at these values also we get, this is 6 pi plus 8 pi by 3. As you can see, 8 pi by 3 is more than 2 pi, and 3 into 2, this is 6 plus 4 pi, 10 pi by 3. We are getting these values, but when you take, this is for 2x, but when you take only for x, these values will be reduced. So if you look at this 2x values, from that we can find the value of x. So x will be equal to, totally we get 4 different values in the interval 0 to 2 pi. So one value is, if 2x is equal to 2 pi by 3, then x will be equal to pi by 3, and 2x is 4 pi by 3, so x will be equal to 2 pi by 3, and from this we get 4 pi by 3, and from this we get x equal to 5 pi by 3. So these are the 4 different values we get. We will substitute all the values including 0 and 2 pi, because 0 and 2 pi are in closed bracket. Out of these 6, we get one maximum and one minimum value. So we can substitute f at pi by 3. So pi by 3 plus, we have sine 2x, that is sine 2 pi by 3. So we get pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi by 3, sine 2 pi by 3, that is again same. We get pi minus pi by 3, which is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, sign is positive, so we get plus, and we get, so that will be equal to pi by 3 plus sine of pi by 3, that will be equal to root 3 by 2. We take the other value sine of next 4 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, x equal to 2 pi by 3, so that is equal to so 2 into 2 pi by 3, that will be equal to 2 pi by 3 plus sine of, if you observe you get 2 into 2 pi by 3 which is 4 pi by 3, which can be written as pi plus pi by 3. So sine of pi plus pi by 3, that is equal to, we get 2 pi by 3 plus sine of pi plus pi by 3. Pi plus will be in third quadrant. In third quadrant sign is negative, so we get minus sign here, and pi plus pi by 3, so again sine pi by 3, that will be equal to root 3 by 2. So we can find again same way f of 4 pi by 3 and f of 5 pi by 3, these values, and along with this we need to consider the end points, that is we need to consider f at 0. So if you take f at 0, we get 0 plus sine of 2 into 0, which is equal to 0, and f at 2 pi, the endpoint, other endpoint, so we get 2 pi plus sine 2 into 2 pi, this is equal to 2 pi, this will become sine 4 pi, which is equal to 0. Now if you look at all the values, once you substitute you get different values. So if you look at all the values, we get the maximum value 2 pi and the minimum value 0. So what you get is, you can substitute these values and you can check. The maximum value is 2 pi, maximum value is 2 pi at x equal to 2 pi, and minimum value is 0 at x equal to 0. If you get doubts, you can actually substitute the values. You can substitute pi equal to 3.14, which is nearly equal to 3. So you can consider this as 2 minus root 3 by 2, where you get 4 minus root 3 by 2. You can see which is less than this, which is less than the 2 pi value, and 0 is the minimum value that you can get here. So once you substitute the values and take pi equal to approximately 3.14, then you can see this value will become the maximum value and 0 is the minimum value. Next question. Find two numbers whose sum is 24 and whose product is as large as possible. The sum of two numbers is 24 and the product is maximum. Large as possible means the product of two numbers is maximum. Let x and y be two numbers. If we take x and y as two numbers, then it is given x plus y is equal to 24. From this we can get y equal to 24 minus x. Now what is given? The product is as large as possible. So consider p equal to x into y. We consider the product. This product should be the maximum. So first we take y equal to 24 minus x. So this is equal to 24x minus x square. Now take the derivative. dp by dx is equal to 24 derivative of x is 1 minus 2x. Again we need maximum. So for maximum dp by dx must be equal to 0. Therefore 24 minus 2x is equal to 0 and 24 is equal to 2x. So x is equal to 12. The product of two numbers should be maximum. For that we are getting the value of x is equal to 12. But we should verify at this point whether it is a maximum, whether it will give the maximum value or not. So to verify that we take the second derivative, which is equal to, take the second derivative of 24, that is 0 minus derivative of minus 2x is 2. So this is the second derivative at, so we find the second derivative at this point, dx square at x equal to 12. At x equal to 12, here x is not there. So we get the same constant minus 2 only, which is less than 0. The second derivative is less than 0. If the second derivative is less than 0, then we get the product to be maximum. Then we get the product to be maximum at x equal to 12. Therefore, the product P is maximum at x equal to 12. So that means we got one number. We have to find two numbers x and y. Out of that we got one value, that is x equal to 12. We can substitute this x equal to 12 in the equation x plus y equal to 24. Therefore 12 plus 5 is equal to 24. So we get y is equal to 12. So that means the product is maximum when x equal to 12 and y equal to 12. I have given, we have done this type of problem even in examples also. Even there also we have seen where the sum is maximum. There also we have taken whose sum of squares is maximum. There also we have taken, we have seen exactly at half. If you take exactly half, there we will get the maximum. So here the product also we are getting when x equal to 12 and y equal to 12. And if you want the maximum value equal to 12 into 12, which is equal to 144. But he is asking only these two numbers. Therefore, the two numbers are 12, 12. Okay, next question. Find two positive numbers x and y such that x plus y equal to 60 and xy cube is maximum. So given x plus y is equal to 60, from this we can write y equal to 60 minus x, make it as 1. Now we consider f equal to x y cube. We can consider some function f equal to x y cube. Then we can substitute y cube 60 minus x whole cube. Now consider the derivative f dash equal to, use product rule, x into derivative of this, that is 3 into 60 minus x whole square into derivative of 60, that is 0, derivative of minus x minus 1 plus 60 minus x whole cube into derivative of x, that is 1. So what we get here, f dash of x is equal to 3x 60 minus x whole square. Sorry, here you have minus, so we take minus, then 60 minus x whole cube. From both we can take 60 minus x whole square common. So if we take 60 minus x whole square common, we get minus 3x plus, here we get 60 minus x. So this will be equal to 60 minus x whole square. This is 60 minus 4x. So this is the derivative. Again we want the maximum value. So for maximum, the derivative must be equal to 0. Therefore 60 minus x whole square, 60 minus 4x must be equal to 0. From this what do we get? X is equal to 60, and from this 60 minus 4x is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 15. So we get two possible values here, x equal to 60 and x equal to 15. But if you take x equal to 60, if you take x equal to 60, sorry, this is 60. If you take x equal to 60, then y will be equal to 0. If x is 60, y will be equal to 0. That means here you get 60 into 0 cube. This will become 0. So x equal to 60 is not possible. X equal to 60 is not possible, because if you take x equal to 60, then y will be equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, this product will become 0. Therefore, we do not consider x equal to 60. We take x equal to only 15. If x equal to 60, then y equal to 0. Therefore, consider x equal to 15. So we consider only x equal to 15. Now we take the second derivative. F double dash of x is equal to, take the derivative of this, again you can use the product rule, 60 minus x whole square into derivative of 60 is 0, derivative of minus 4x is minus 4 plus, now 60 minus 4x is same. Now take derivative of this, that is 2 into 60 minus x into derivative of 60 minus x, that is 0 minus 1. Now you can see what is the second derivative we are getting. we get minus 4, 60 minus x whole square plus 60 minus 4x. This is minus, so here we can take, here you get 0 minus 1 which is minus 1, so minus into plus, we get minus into 2 into 60 minus x. So again 2 into, we get again 60 minus x. Now if you try substituting 15, because you have to find the derivative at 15, this should be negative. If we get this negative, then the function f will become the maximum value. Substitute 15. See, this is minus 4, and this is always positive. This is positive into negative. So this will be negative. So minus 4, you can take 60 minus 15 whole square minus, this is 60 minus 4 into 15. 4 into 15 is 60. So 60 minus 60, this will become 0. So overall if you observe, this is minus 4, 60 minus 15, that is 45 whole square. This is positive into negative, which is equal to less than 0. Therefore we get f is maximum. Therefore we get f is maximum at x equal to 15. So at x equal to 15 we get the maximum value. Then y will be equal to 45. You can calculate the maximum value, but it is not asking maximum value. So f is maximum at x equal to 15 and y equal to 45. Therefore, the required numbers are x equal to 15, or you can write just 15 and 45. Required numbers are 15, 45. Here, if you observe the product, we have x into y cube. X into y cube means y is 3 times x. X into y cube. If you want to write anytime, if you want to find the direct answer, one way that you can find is, we have x y cube, means x is only one time and y should be 3 times of x. Y should be 3 times of x. So what is the possible? X is 15 and y is 3 times of x. So that is 3 into 15, 45. So that is how you can find out directly the numbers. 2 numbers, that is how you can find out. Fifteenth question, find two positive numbers x and y such that their sum is 35 and the product x square y power 5 is maximum. So this question I will leave it for you. You can solve this question exactly similar to the 15th question. Let's take 16th question. Find two positive numbers whose sum is 16 and sum of whose cubes is minimum. So consider, let x and y be two numbers. So if x and y are two numbers, then we get x plus y is equal to 16. So y is equal to 16 minus x. You can make this equation 1. And he is given sum of cubes. Also, sum of cubes we take s equal to x cube plus y cube. So sum of cubes should be minimum. So consider x cube plus y cube. We can write this as x cube plus y cube is 16 minus x cube. So if you take the derivative, x cube is 3x square plus derivative of this is 3 into 16 minus x whole square into derivative of 16 minus x, that is minus 1. So we can write this as x cube s dash equal to 3x square minus 3 16 minus x whole square. So this is the derivative. Again for minimum, what we need is minimum. So for minimum, s dash is equal to 0. Therefore 3x square minus 3 16 minus x whole square is equal to 0. So here we can expand this. We get 3x square minus 3 into 16 square 256 minus or plus x square minus 32x is equal to 0. From this we can take 3 common, we get x square minus 256 minus x square minus into minus plus 32x is equal to 0. So what we get is x square will be cancelled. So what we have is 3 into minus 256 plus 32x. This is equal to 0. We can take 3 also this side. So 3 also you can take it that side. We get minus 256 plus 32x is equal to 0. So 32x is equal to 256. X is equal to 256 by 32. So I think we get 8. So x will be equal to 8. So once we get x value, therefore y is equal to what do we get? 16. Y also must be equal to 8. The sum is 16, right? Okay, if the sum is 16, then y is also equal to 8. But we need to verify whether this value, this point will give you the maximum point or is it the maximum point or the minimum point. For that we take the second derivative, that is equal to derivative of 3x square, that is 3 into 2x minus derivative of 16 minus x whole square will be 2 into 16 minus x into minus 1. Again derivative of 16 minus x is minus 1. So this is equal to 6x minus, this is minus into minus plus, this is 6 into 16 minus x. So this we can take again 6x plus 16 into 6, 80, 96 minus 6x. We can cancel this. We get 96, which is greater than 0. We can substitute. We have to substitute the value, but anyway we are getting a constant value. So constant value will give s double dash at x equal to 8 is also 96 only, which is greater than 0. Therefore s is minimum. Therefore s is minimum at x equal to 8. So we get the required numbers. Required numbers are 8 and 8. So this is our exercise. After the questions, all these questions, these are related to solid shapes which are deleted from the question. So we will stop here and we will continue in the next class with another chapter.